I have some database updates, kind of what we've done the last year, and a few other things. So first, I kind of thought I would start with sort of defining some things. I think there's been a lot of confusion, like, well, what is ACT? What is MATOS? Kind of thing. So the ACT network, obviously, that is all of us, everybody, doing research, participating in it, us as a community. The ACT Dropbox was the original list of tag IDs that people reported to and their contact information, and that list would get shared within the community under certain guidelines, and then people would have to go to that list and find tags on their receiver detections to then send out to users in the community. So the Dropbox was around for several years. I mean, it still is, and still very useful. And then another initiative was kind of started, which is this database that we've been talking about and have been really working on for the last year, I guess, in a few months. And that is the website that some or most of you are familiar with, that Matt had kind of just showed, and what I'll be talking more about later this afternoon. But the website itself is actually like the data repository or the data portal. So that is where you would go to upload your data, securely archive it as a reference for you down the road. And then that's also where you would download your data extracts, or the files that come through that after things are matched. But that is not the actual database. So then once you've uploaded data to the website, then that data gets processed through a bunch of QA/QC scripts and goes into a backend database. And that database is what interacts with our network and surrounding networks. In the, I believe, early January, I had sent around the Innovacy survey. So those discounts have come in, and I will send this out either later today or sometime this week about some of the discounts that are available to you for purchasing as a member of the ACT network or FACT network. So I talked a minute ago about the ACT Dropbox. So again, yes, that is still active. And I will be looking to do another update of that probably in June, provided that's when I will have time. So if you want to update to that, obviously it's not mandatory, but you can send me your updated tags. I already have a list from some people that were uploading to the database and said, yes, please update also the Dropbox. So I'll be working on those. But if you have any tags you want updated that you've tagged in the last year, please send those to me. So now I'm going to talk about the database updates. So recently, I guess mid-March, everyone who's working in the database had sent in some files. So that data push is underway, and hopefully we will have data extracts within the next month or so. But it's a lot getting everything together, making sure everything is aligned up and is accurate. And then you have to combine our database and at least 5 other databases altogether. So it is a lot of work and does take a lot of time. And while it is automatic and you get your detections automatically, it isn't necessarily automatic. There's a lot of background stuff that happens that OTN has to do to get those going. But they will be out. This is a slide of the picture on the left is what our sort of network array looked like as of the meeting last April. So you can see it's kind of sparse, and that was all of the receivers that were uploaded into the database at that time. Whereas the map on the right is what our active receivers look like now. So this isn't all of the receivers on the network or on the database. This is only ones that are active 2019 to present day. So there's some other historical records that are not included in this just because they're inactive or no longer in the water. So you can see we've really grown and extended and are continuing to grow each data push. Currently, there are 70 ACT network members using the database, and a total of 164 or so members in the ACT network total. So there's still a few of you out there that haven't started uploading to the database yet or are still working on it. We have 657 receiver stations. So that's kind of those dots you can see in the background that were on the map. And that's, lifetime worth. So some dating back to 2002 up until present day. The database now has 2,666 tagged animals. And again, that can be some historical ones. That's not all active tags, but I think most people have been starting with their present data and working backwards. So I would say a fair amount of those are definitely active, but I'm not exactly sure what that number is. And that's across 30 different species. Striped bass, sturgeon, and sharks definitely make up a large percentage of those tags. 73% of them are is what is tagged, with the black sea bass, southern flounder, and alewife being second, third, and fourth place. So these are, so after every data push, when I send you those emails saying that you need to get your data uploaded to the database, and we have that kind of data push deadline, after that, so the next month you get this data extraction, and that is all of your tags and what has matched up or what has not. And then if you're an array owner, whose tags matched up on your arrays, or whose tags have not matched up on your arrays. So these are the numbers as of the winter push, because I do not have the ones for this current one because it's not finished yet. But as of the last data push in the winter, we had 5.9 million matched animals detected. So that is tagged animals that matched up with detections on receivers. And then we had 6.3 million unmatched animals detected. So that could be tagged animals that aren't yet uploaded in the database. That could be some false detections. So there's definitely some more room to grow as we get some more tags added to the database. That number should drop, but it's likely to never be zero. And you can see, from March to December, those are millions of detections. So you can see, how things have been coming along. And as Matt alluded to, and some of you probably already know, that ACT is on Twitter. So please tweet us. It's ACT Telemetry. I would love to feature your lab, your projects, what you have going on, share your photos. I'd love to, pick a week and highlight what your project is doing, what you have going on. So let's coordinate that. We have 194 followers. It's definitely a page that needs to start growing, and I need to dedicate more time to it. But it is something that I want to help highlight you and highlight your work and share it with the rest of the world. That is all I have as far as updates and things. So if you have any questions, we can chat later, or you can always send me an email.